Once upon a time, there lived a wealthy man named DooDoo. DooDoo was a very rich and respected man in a town of Akuma. He had a wife named Chime, a beautiful and elegant woman. They both had two beautiful children named Sisi and a boy. They all lived in the town of Akuma. DooDoo had a beautiful and well-known hotel in the town of Akuma. His hotel was well known in the town. People from far and near came to patronize him. He made a lot of money in his hotel business. People liked lodging in his hotel. There was a lot of hotel in nearby town, but people always preferred to come and lodge in his hotel. Before his hotel started gaining customers, DooDoo was always looking for ways to make extra cash from his hotel until he discovered a secret from a friend. DooDoo applied the ideas in his hotel and he started making a lot of money. People started patronizing him through his hotel business. He got referral from people. He paid his staff more than other hotels pay to their staffs. Apart from the rest of the staff he had, DooDoo had a one special staff that was so dear to him in his hotel business. They called him Oga's handbag. His name was Omega. Omega helped his boss DooDoo to run other personal businesses. He was so close to DooDoo. DooDoo paid him more than what he paid to others. With the help of DooDoo's assistance to Omega, he was able to build small apartments for his people in the village. His fellow staff got jealous of him due to the way their boss gave him preferential treatment and gifts. Most of the staff started going close to their boss in order to get such treatment from their boss. But DooDoo kept using Omega to run his personal businesses. It was a big secret between Omega and his boss, DooDoo. DooDoo's wife once in a while visited their hotel and spent a little time. The second time she visited the hotel, she noticed the closeness between her husband and his staff Omega. She asked her husband the reason and why such closeness with Omega. Her husband told her that Omega was the only person that he would send an errand and had peace of mind. With his answers and explanation, she got convinced with her husband's explanation. Chime believed her husband. From that day henceforth, she did not ask her husband such again. DooDoo started making massive money in his hotel business. To the extent, people began to ask questions. Majority of people believed that it was his hotel's business that was making him rich, while others believed that there was a secret business he was doing apart from his hotel business. DooDoo planned to open another branch of hotel in nearby town. After some months, he opened another beautiful hotel in nearby town, where he employed more workers for his business. He was so dedicated to his business. He bought cars and houses in the town. One day, DooDoo called his staff Omega to help him get a trusted person to stay in the second hotel. Omega called his brother and DooDoo hired him. He was in charge of the second hotel. One fateful day, DooDoo called Omega's brother to narrate to him the nature of the business because he thought that it was only managing his business. But lo and behold, DooDoo told him that his business and duty was to gather the used condom from the rooms after checkouts from their customers. He offered him small cuts of the profits, and soon the operation began. Omega's brother started doing his work immediately, and he was massively paid by DooDoo. DooDoo secretly marketed businesses, and many rich men started patronizing him, both outside and within the country. He was bastardly rich. As the weeks passed, DooDoo business began to flourish. He opened sites online where his Customers secretly orders from him, but surprisingly to him, his customers referred more customers to him, and he sold well online, attracting a niche market. His online store gained traction, and others piled in from all over the country. His business kept him awake at night, and he reveled in the idea that he was doing something no one else dared to attempt. He employed more workers and added to Omega and his brother, and the business was moving with a lot of profits. Dodo made his hotel well known in the town. He provided a club where male and female clubs at night. They would lodge and have fun. He would send his workers to pick their used condom. Dodo always warned his workers not to allow pastors and reverends to lodge in his hotel. He gave them instruction on the kind of customers to allow to lodge in his hotel. As this business was flourishing, Dodo was cashing out big. However, not everything was as smooth as it seemed. People started gossiping. Some were amused, while others were disgusted. But Dodo was unfazed. He was making money, and that was all that mattered to him. One fateful weekend, a well-known pastor named Pastor Emmanuel decided to stay at Dodo's hotel while attending a conference in town. He was well respected in the community for his kindness and integrity, and his presence was often seen as a blessing. Dodo, who had no idea who the man was, welcomed him with the same warm hospitality he offered all his guests. Emmanuel settled in his room, but unaware of the peculiar business booming just below him. Meanwhile, Dodo's workers continued their collections efforts, eager to fulfill orders that seemed to multiply overnight. That evening, Pastor Emmanuel invited one of his girlfriends in the hotel, and that night he made love with his girlfriend, and they slept off, leaving the used condom on the decks of the toilets. And one of the Dodo's workers, named OK, came secretly and picked the used condom. OK ran to his boss Dodo and said, "Sir, you won't believe this, OK exclaimed. His face pale. I just collected from Pastor Emmanuel's room." Dodo's heart sank. The realization hit him like a ton of bricks. Not only had they gathered from a respected figure, but now the well-exposed person. Dodo had always been conscious, but this time it felt different. "Are you sure?" Dodo asked, trying to maintain composure. And he said to Oko, "Okay, you know that this man is a well-known person and a public figure. He might notice and expose us," said Dodo. "But sir," said Okay, "I can go and return it. I assure you, I can go and return it to his room." But it was too late. Pastor had returned back to his room and noticed that his used condom he left on the decks of the toilet was no more there. He immediately went downstairs. On his way going downstairs, he accidentally stumbled upon a conversation about how Dodo's workers was discussing how they collect used condoms from their clients. He was horrified to learn about the very thing Dodo had been collecting, and lo and behold, it was used condom of his clients. Immediately, Pastor Emmanuel was fueled by anger. He decided to confront Dodo directly. The next day, Pastor Emmanuel stormed into Dodo's office, demanding to speak with him. When they met The pastor's expression was a mix of disbelief and anger, and he said, "Mr. Dodo, you are a very wicked man," said Pastor Emmanuel. "How dare you exploiting people's life?" Pastor Emmanuel shouted his voice. "You need to shut down this hotel immediately," he declared. The confrontation escalated, and soon the news spread throughout the town. Dodo was arrested by police. He found himself not only in a exposed way, but disgraced. The once reigning hotel became the center of gossip, and customers began to snub the establishment. Few days later, Dodo's business crumbled. He received threatening messages and faced legal repercussions for his actions. The items he once sold so proudly turned into symbols of shame. Feeling trapped and angry, Dodo decided to blame himself for the downfall of his business. He also blamed Oke and accused him of collecting the pastor's used condom he left on the toilet, knowing very well that he was well exposed. As Dodo was released from the police, he found himself alone in the empty hotel. His dreams of business shattered. He had learned a harsh lesson about morality and the consequences of his actions. The money he had made felt empty, tainted by the scandal. In the midst of his pain, Dodo had a moment of clarity. He realized he needed to change to make amends for the way he had treated others. He apologized to Pastor Emmanuel and learned from his mistake. Pastor Emmanuel forgave Dodo and advised him and said, "Everyone makes mistake, but it is what you do after that defines you." Dodo was inspired by their conversation. Dodo began to rebuild his life, focusing on a genuine hospitality and community support. He transformed his hotel into a safe place, offering mentorship programs for youth and hosting charity events. With time, Dodo earned back the trust of everyone in the town. He found purpose in helping others rather than exploiting them. His hotel flourished again, but this time it was built on respect and integrity. Pastor Emmanuel and Dodo became friends. Pastor Emmanuel often visited the hotel and helped Dodo to run his business. Together, they forged a bond that transcended their initial confrontation, united by their shared belief in the power of forgiveness and second chance. Years later, Dodo looked back on that stormy chapter of his life with a mix of gratitude and humility. The ridiculous of his former business faded into a distant memory, replaced by a sense of fulfillment he had never known before. Omega and his brothers got repented and traveled back to their town and started a new life. Dodo repented and started all over again, but this time it was in a good chapter. Guys, I hope you find this story interesting. What did you think of Dodo's story? What lesson can we take from his story? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Please subscribe for more. Don't miss out on more incredible African tales. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. If you find this story powerful and meaningful, share it with your family and friends to spread the wisdom and lesson of traditional African storytelling. Guys, it's your babe Ifenkili. Please always subscribe to my channel at African Tales by Ifenkili. Like and share with family and friends. Turn on your notification button and always stay tuned for more interesting and mind-blowing stories coming your way next time. Guys, remain blessed. Bye.